Well. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to another magnificent Monday. This is Miss G's Ladies Lounge. I am your host, Gwen Finley, Miss G. That's me. And I'm so excited to be here with you all today. Once again, we have a fantastic guest here with us on today, and she is hanging out in the lounge. She's ready, she's excited and ready to come and chat. So I hope that you would take the time to just hit like, tag, share. Actually, don't hit like, hit love, hit the love button. Give me some hearts. Hit that love button, tag and share, and let everyone know that we are live and we are ready to get this chat going on tonight. I have the pleasure of having with me Lady Dollnita Winston. She is a fabulous educator in the sense that she does not mind sharing the great gifts that God has given inside of her. And so on tonight, we are going to chat with her just a little bit. As you saw the intro, she has such great information to share with you on today. I guarantee you that if you just take the time to join us, you will not be disappointed. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get her in here by starting out with her bio. But don't forget, like, tag, share. Tell someone else that Miss G's Ladies Lounge is live. So, Lady Dollnita Winston, she's the wife of Superintendent Barry L. Winston and the First Lady of the St. Mark Church of God in Christ here in Richmond, Virginia. She also received her bachelor's in counseling and rehabilitation. She continued her education with receiving a master's degree in social work. And she recently retired early from Richmond Public Schools as a certified school social worker after 22 years of service. First Lady Winston is a parent educator certified with the Supreme Court of Virginia and a certified parent coach, receiving her training from the National Center for Biblical Parenting. I love that. She is the founder and CEO of Family Life Enhancement LLC and teaches on an array of parenting, marriage, and family topics. Her areas of expertise are grief counseling, women's discovery coaching, parent coaching, and marriage enrichment. In addition, First Lady Dollnita Winston trains church leaders in the area of trauma informed ministry. She offers informational sessions that are uniquely designed to restore, rebuild, and reconcile those who have experienced grief, trauma, and crisis. She is a member of the National Parenting Education Network, Family Life Coaching Association, and the Virginia Association of School Social Workers. I'm just going to read just the rest of it because she's such an interesting woman. First Lady Dollnita Winston is currently the Assistant Chair Lady of the State Evangelism Department, Virginia's second jurisdiction, Church of God in Christ. She is the founder of the Women of Excellence and a board member of Family Restoration CDC. In addition to her accomplishments, she has served as a former dean and instructor of the Commonwealth District Religious Education Institute. First Lady Winston has also spoken at various conferences and seminars, particularly in the area of women's ministry. She's a devoted wife and mother. She and Superintendent Winston have been married for 35 years, and they are the proud parents of three beautiful, may I add, adult children, Nathaniel, Nicholas, and Nicole. Evangelist Dollnita Winston is confident in her assignment, which is ministering to the needs of the people of God, and she is called for such a time as this. Help me welcome Lady Dollnita Winston. Hey, hello, hello, hello.
Hi, hi there. Good evening.
I'm so glad to have you here in the lounge. It is a phenomenal
Thank you.
moment, and I'm excited to have you here. I'm looking forward to, just talking with you about so many
Yes.
different things.
Hmm.
First, I'm going to let you get started. First, let's just greet our audience that has popped in here. We've got Marie all the way from Florida. Hello, Marie. That's my cousin.
Hello. Excellent.
We've got
Excellent.
Sister Carlethia from right here in Richmond, Virginia. Hi, Sister Carlethia. Thank you so much. And the rest of you that have joined in, pop us in a comment so we know that you are here and that you have joined in. And don't forget to share. I got
Yes.
to keep saying that. Don't forget to share. This is going to be some good information. So,
Great.
briefly, tell us a little bit about a day in the life of Lady Dollnita Winston. You have
Wow.
such an expansive resume that I would just, want to be a fly on the wall. What is happening today?
All right. So yeah, my day starts off very early in the morning, usually around 5:30, 6 o'clock. I am in prayer and just quiet time with a nice hot cup of coffee. I try to work out every so often, not every day, I confess. The luxury of coming upstairs to my office without leaving home is just a blessing.
Yeah.
And always kind of working on a lot of tasks. This owning your own business is a little more than what I thought it was. Every moment I am so busy. Scheduling my co-parenting classes that I usually have maybe two or three a week.
Okay.
Along with that, I am preparing for my clients who I'm doing, the parent coaching partnership with. I have several clients even now, currently that I'm working with. I am positioning my business for federal contracting. So I'm constantly looking for opportunities to bid, and I'm working on one right now. So tomorrow my day is full. I have a class early in the morning, and then I'll be working on that proposal later on in the afternoon. Um, and so that's like the majority of what I do.
Mhm.
Again, the classes, scheduling for appointments, preparing for my parent coaching, working on the bid opportunities that I may see. It's a lot, but I enjoy every moment.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. And I think I read somewhere that you also do like grant writing and things like that. So, I mean, you're just multi-talented and I
I
mean,
multitask.
that's
Yeah,
awesome. That is so
thank
awesome.
you. Thank you.
I want to pop back over to one little thing that I want to know if you remember because
Hmm.
it's one of your past histories that you were the dean and instructor of the Commonwealth District Religious Education. Do you remember that I was your student once?
Yes, I do remember that. Yes,
I
yes,
did get
yes.
my little associates from there.
That's all right. Yes,
I
yes.
got my
That's
little
been a while
associates.
ago too.
It's been a long time,
It
but
has.
you were a great instructor then, and I
Oh,
will.
thank
You
you.
and Elder Rouse, oh my gosh,
Yes,
just so
yes,
awesome, and Lady Rouse, just so
yes,
awesome, just awesome to be under
yeah,
your
yes,
tutelage. That was so great. So I'm excited to be here with you on today. So let me
yeah.
ask, you. It said that you served as a social worker for
Hmm.
22 years.
Yes.
So how did you actually decide that okay, 22 years is enough? I'm gonna make this transition at this particular time when, as people say, we're still in the tail end, hopefully, of this
That's right.
pandemic.
Hmm. You know, in so many ways, the pandemic was a blessing in my life
Mm,
because I was thinking about this today. It was March of, I guess, 2020. I've lost sight of the
mhm,
time, but
mhm,
it was during that time, right before spring break, and we
mhm,
were told that we were going out, and they weren't quite sure when we were coming back. And so
mhm,
that from that period on, it really afforded me a lot of opportunities to kind of think about my business because I had it on the side anyway back then. And I was just really thinking, okay, now I have some extra time. What am I going
mhm.
to do? How am I going to scale my business? So I
Right.
entered a couple of coaching programs, just to kind of learn how to market and how to, engage audiences and all that kind of thing.
Mm,
And so all of that went on. And then the following school year, we were still, virtual. So that really helped me out a lot. I started increasing the number of people I was working with. All of that was fantastic. Fast forward to this past August, I
mhm,
was an 11-month, on contract and worked through the summer. But in August, we were actually preparing to come in person and
oh,
prepare for the students to return for the school year. The
mhm,
first day, Sister Gwen, that I walked into the building
mhm.
to start my first day officially in person, I just was not feeling it. I have to be really, totally transparent.
Right.
I was pretty much depressed. I'll just use
Mhm,
that word because
mhm.
it dawned on me I'm just kind of done with this and I want to do what I want to do, and that is working with families, working with parents in particular. I had done
Mhm.
the working with students for 20 some years, and I had some parent engagement, but it wasn't anything what I was doing, in
Right.
my business. So, I just kind of suffered through that first month or two,
Mhm.
going through the motions, heart just not really there, just, thinking, Lord, please just show me what I need to do because this,
Right.
you know. So finally, in the middle of October, I had a brief conversation with a coworker, and I was really just in my way of thinking, I can't do this anymore. And that later on that same day, I
Mhm.
just sat at my desk and I said, I'm doing it. I'm going full time in my business. And from
Wow.
there, I just started preparing. And when I say, Sister Gwen, and that's why I'm so glad to have this opportunity, when I say that this is a walk of faith, it is because
Mm,
again, I left a decent salary. I was,
mhm.
just doing my
Right.
thing. And I was like, but I have to do this. I have to do what I know is in my heart to do. And the Lord has blessed me so tremendously. Um, I'm just at the very beginning of this stage and I love it. Every day I wake up and I'm so glad to be in this office
That's
and
so
doing
awesome.
what I love doing. So yeah,
That's awesome.
that's it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I understand. I understand because I'm in that mindset.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
like, whew,
Yeah.
and I'm
And
close.
I've always heard, other people have
Mhm,
said, you'll know when it's your time. And
mhm.
now I can definitely attest to that. I knew without a shadow
Right.
of a doubt, it was my time to step out. So yes,
That's
here I
awesome.
am.
That's so funny because that's what I thought about you today. That I said to myself, this is definitely her time, and I saw that you would, you had come on my mind anyway to,
Hmm.
come on the show, and then I saw you had another invitation as well, from someone else on their show, and I
Yeah.
said, wow, this is so great for her. I didn't get a chance to look at that, so I hope I don't
Hmm.
duplicate a whole lot of
Oh,
conversation, but it's okay.
not a problem.
Different
Yeah,
audience.
it's all good. Yes, ma'am.
So we thank Kim Eddings for popping in, and Geraldine and Charvette Mitchell for popping in on tonight. So I want to, and Elder Betty has popped in as well. Thank you so much for joining us. So now I know you say you did the students and you work with the parents. What kind of population? I know you said parents, but there's all
Hmm.
kinds of families and parents and children. So
Hmm.
what kind of population do you typically work with?
Yeah. So I I basically, when I think of my client base, it's really like from teenage years because sometimes teenagers are teen moms. And so I
Mhm.
work from like maybe 18 years of age all the way up to maybe like 50 or 55. Typically, I have men and women in my coaching programs, more women than men. But I love, love, love working with fathers as well.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, the work that I do, I'm really passionate about, and I try not to turn anyone away for sure.
That's
Yes.
awesome. So I know that you had where it said that you had a lot of court appointed cases. But outside of, do you take people outside of just court appointments?
Yes, yes, I do. So, from time to time, people will kind of Google my business and give me a call. Sometimes they're in need of parenting classes, and I share with them I'm a parent coach, and I offer parent coaching, so it's a little fancier way of saying parenting classes, but it's all kind of in the same realm. And so they'll find me online and they'll call and maybe try to schedule an appointment or what have you. Sometimes people refer other people to me, and I get those kind of phone calls. And
Mhm.
sometimes people are already, in the process of maybe something, a court case, and they know that they really need to kind of do some advanced work and get some help and get some assistance in parenting. So they'll reach out to me as well.
Well, that's awesome. Dr. Jackie
Mhm.
has popped in, and she is an awesome grief counselor, and she works with people, and so much that she shares. It sounds like you all would do well together as also. So
Yeah, I think I heard her. I think she was on another platform just a few hours ago, and I heard a
right,
little bit from
yeah,
her. So yeah,
yeah, she's
great,
awesome.
excellent,
She's very awesome.
excellent.
So, in your time in the corporate world, what do you feel has been your most rewarding aspect of your career?
So I was thinking about that, recently, and so far, just being able to be 100% woman owned in terms of my business and being a minority owned small business. And I am currently working on being certified as a woman owned small business through an entity with the Small Business Administration, and
Awesome.
I anticipate that coming through very soon. So just again, and I've said this on another platform, I just believe that it is the woman's time. It's the
Mhm.
women's time now, and if I could be more specific, it's the Black woman's time,
Come on
and
now.
I'm just so present in this moment that
Yeah,
I just kind of want to stand on the mountaintop and say, "Hey, women, if you have an idea, if you
yeah.
have a vision, now is the time."
Now is the
It
time.
is. Yes, it
I
is.
don't know if you follow Charvette Mitchell. She is the social media guru. She is the platform builder, and she does so many great things. But if you're not following her, you should really
Okay.
follow her.
I will. I'm
Um,
familiar with her, and that's been a while back.
yeah,
But yes, yes.
Charlotte, put the name of your group so that I can pop that on the screen as well.
Hmm.
And one of the things I was thinking while you was talking is that
Yes.
I pray that you're not just going to, I love your business. I love what you're doing, but I think you also have so much to offer to other women who
Hmm.
are interested in, stepping out there and getting their businesses started. Um,
Yes.
from talking about the grants and talking about
Hmm.
the federal, the government entities. Come on now, you got so much. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. You still.
Listen, listen. This is something that's hot off the press.
I
Okay, I'm
know that's
sharing it.
right.
This is the first
Thank
time
you.
I'm sharing it publicly.
Okay.
On this coming April, in fact,
Mhm.
April the 9th, the Women of St. Mark, our women's ministry, we're hosting a workshop. And it's going to be a series of workshops. And the title is Awakening the Entrepreneur in You.
Um,
Women Preparing to Launch.
yes,
Women preparing to launch. And
I
what we
love
want to do, we want to establish a series of workshops so that a woman can think about her vision. And all through the various workshops, at the very end of those, she will be able to launch her own business.
that is so awesome.
Yes,
I'm gonna plan to be there because
yes,
visionary startup is
that's right.
that's my area. Visionary startup. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes,
So I'm
yes.
looking. As they say, I'm here for it all.
All right, all right. April the 9th at 10 o'clock in the morning. April
All
9th.
right. All right.
Yes, yes.
Charvette, hashtag coaching with vet. Hey, girl. Hey,
Great.
join her group because she definitely shares a lot and she pushes us women to do bigger, better, and greater and all that good stuff.
Mhm, mhm,
So
mhm.
we are so appreciative of her and all of her contributions to the ministry
Yes.
business of women. Thank you, Dr. Jackie. So let's go on because I tell you, I could just stop right there. You've got me real excited right there. So,
Great, great.
as the CEO and founder of Family Life Enhancement LLC, what is your objective? To really bring forth with this business, because I know that, like we said earlier, that some of the things were appointed by court, but I know
Mhm,
that
mhm,
there's some things that first of all, let me back up and say, I'm sure that as a pastor's wife and a first lady,
mhm.
you have already been doing probably more than this stuff before you actually started your business,
Yes,
so
yes.
and then I want to shout you out also for the workshop, because I think it's wonderful that church is um, doing what it's supposed to do and not just be about church, but also
Wow. Yeah.
introducing the women to business. But
Yes.
so what is your objective and your target clientele? Well, we already talked about the target clientele, but what is
Mhm.
your objective for Family Life Enhancement?
Yeah, so I I have categorized my business as a family consulting company. And in that consulting company, I offer all things parent education. And you know, parenting these days is really challenging. And to
Mhm.
be a parent to little people who depend on you for everything, and again, it's just such an awesome responsibility. And times are not getting any easier. And
Right.
I guess being in the school system, I've seen so much that families are dealing with and that they're struggling with.
Mhm.
And um, and I see the need to really focus on the parents in the home.
Mhm.
And so, with that being said, I help parents sometimes to get their voice back.
Oh,
Sometimes parents are so frustrated so
Mm-hmm.
overwhelmed and so stressed, not only with parenting, but all the other things that they have going on in their lives, until they need to get their voice back. They need to be more confident. And so that is why I feel that, the work that I do is so needed, so important.
Absolutely.
And, I feel like I'm right in the mix of
Mm-hmm.
this trench work.
Mm-hmm.
And I really foresee that I will have employees in the very near future, and that, our business will scale to heights unknown. I just expect great things. I am so
Awesome.
excited about the possibilities of the future and the
Ah,
opportunities, the doors that are opening. I
yeah.
mean, my faith is up here,
Come
it's
on
up
now.
here. It really is. And so
That's it.
I expect God to move in such tremendous ways. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I, I do. So again, I want to be able to be in a position to train other people who want to be parent coaches. So that's one of
Mm-hmm.
my goals, to have a training program and offer a program where they can actually become a certified parent coach. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. And I believe that, God is always, He's always doing what needs to be done to put us in the
Hmm.
place where we can connect with those
Yes.
things and those people. So
Hmm.
I don't know who's going to see this video, but I know that somebody
Somebody. Woo.
somebody is
Can I
here.
can I
Oh,
just
they're going
can
to be
I
here.
just can I interject one thing? Um,
Sure.
I think this is key to how my mindset with all of this. A
Mhm,
few years ago, maybe like 6 years ago, I
mhm,
was driving on my way to work, minding my own business. And I began to think about all of the trainings and the
mhm,
certifications that I had received while being a school employee. I mean, all the staff development, all the certifications,
mhm,
and I promised the Lord at that particular time that I would not give the secular more than I gave the kingdom. And it was
mhm.
at that time I
Woo,
started just kind of, working and thinking about what I could do for the church, for the
mhm,
kingdom of God. And
mhm,
that's how the grief counseling started. And then from there, the trauma informed ministry
mhm.
started. And then, the parenting kind of thing started, and the family workshops and marriage enrichment with Superintendent Winston.
Oh,
He and I do that together. I told
awesome.
him, I said, I'm going to throw you out there tonight. Be
That's
ready.
right.
Be
That's
ready.
right. That's
So, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so awesome. It is time for us to stand up and actually be the kingdom.
Mm.
And I'm talking to myself. So in
Yes.
your bio, let me go back. According to your bio, your areas of expertise, as you said, were just those things that we have popped up on the screen: the grief counseling, the
Hmm.
women discovery coach, the parent coaching, and the marriage enrichment. Um, and of course, we know that all of that is much needed. Let's just go through the two specific, because you talked pretty much about the parent coaching and
Yes.
the
Hmm.
grief counseling, but let's talk about the trauma informed ministry and I don't think I have it on here. It was the women's discovery coach,
Yes. Hmm.
and
Hmm.
that's pretty much probably sounds like what you're getting ready to do with your church. But yeah, let's just talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
you actually bring that out into your business.
Hmm. Hmm. So with trauma informed, um, that trauma informed is like the buzzword now. It really is. Social emotional learning, trauma informed, all of that are buzzwords. And when I thought about the church, and a lot of times, the church may not be as equipped as we would like to be when it comes to helping people deal with trauma. And so
Mhm,
that grief and that trauma and that whole sense of loss sort of kind of intertwines with each other. And
mhm,
I really started thinking about this when I kind of noticed the impact that, the significant loss, of a pastor, of his wife, of other leaders in the church, and how when they pass away, that's a big gap. It's something that a lot of times really takes people by surprise, and people have difficulty grieving, have
Mhm.
trouble going through the grieving process. And so that's how all that started. With the trauma informed ministry, I again work with those leaders who are interested in trauma informed, and we really talk about how to help people, how to connect with people, how to connect people with resources. The church is like the cornerstone in our communities, and sometimes we need to be able to connect people with the various resources in the community where they can get the help that they need. So that's the trauma informed part. Just a lot of things that are happening in our society. Uh, the everything that started with the Matters, Black
Mhm.
Lives Matter movement, and
Right.
all of the racial kinds of things that are going on. All of this can be traumatic to anybody. And
Anybody.
so, again, the church needs to have a voice and needs to be able to be in a position to help people as they're dealing with the various traumas that are facing us, right? Um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, I think that that's important. And you wanted me to speak on after
The
that
women
the
discovery.
women's. Oh my goodness, yes. So I was actually in the process of giving, doing my parent coaching, and a few ladies that I had worked with in the parent coaching classes, it felt like they were asking for more. One in particular asked me, okay, so let me say this: aside from being a parent, this is what I'm also struggling with. And when she began to talk, and I said, you know what? I'm going to just kind of give you some information. And I gave her the information, and she was just so appreciative. And that
Mhm.
moment and that opportunity or that experience propelled me into like
Mhm.
doing some research and really started thinking
Right.
about, yeah, this is
Mhm.
coaching all day long. So that's when I established the women's self-discovery coaching program, and I
Mhm.
basically help women to discover and go back to think of who they are. Gwen, what I have found out that sometimes women are so engrossed and so caught up in being the nurturers that we are. They're the
Mhm.
wife, they're the mother, they're the this, they're the that, and they have all of these balls that they're juggling.
Right.
Sometimes it's very easy for we as women to kind of lose our sense of who we are. And
Yeah.
so, with that being said, I help women with self discovery, with identifying, their worthiness, and being present to understand that, hey, I'm worth self care. I'm worth taking care of myself. I am worth this, and I have a value, and I bring all of this. So I don't have time to forget who I am. I've got to
Mhm.
know who I am and be confident in who I am and move forward. And
Amen.
so, again, sometimes people are kind of stuck in their past or with whatever they're dealing with. And I just feel we as women, we're just so special. I love being a woman, and I love being around other women. And
Right.
so I just help kind of gently push them in the direction so that they can feel better about themselves. And that's awesome.
That is so awesome. It is beautiful. Dr. Jackie said, yes, any change, especially in leadership, is difficult and traumatic for the church, and the church
Hmm.
must be ready, not get ready. The time is
That's right.
now. So that, yeah, that's really awesome. I really love that every aspect of what you are doing in the marriage enrichment. Give us a little bit more about the marriage enrichment.
Yes, yes, yes. So the marriage enrichment, that is where a couple may not necessarily be having a lot of difficulties or experiencing a lot of problems, but yet they really want to just enhance or enrich their marriage. So we work on what I call, and I don't want to leave them out, we work on the 4 C's in the marriage enrichment. We work on commitment, we work on and we talk about communication, we talk about connection, okay, the importance of connection, and we talk about how to handle conflict. And
Mm,
with
good.
that, those C's are they're meaningful. Without connection, what kind of marriage do we have? Without communication, oh my God, we could spend several weeks just talking about the importance of having effective communication skills.
Right.
And so those are what I call the 4 C's. Again, commitment, connection, handling conflict, and communication. Commitment,
Mhm.
yeah, okay, I said them all. And basically how those 4 C's can enhance and enrich our marriage. Because we really, sometimes we're thinking about, oh, we used to do this, oh, it wouldn't, don't you remember when we did that? Well, marriage is like, it can be brand new each and every day with those 4 C's in place,
Mhm.
knowing what connects us, knowing how to speak to one another, knowing and understanding we are committed. We just didn't say vows, but we're working on this each and every day because our marriage, our relationship is worth it.
Wow, that is so. Whew, that's so awesome and so packed with just a whole lot of wholesome goodness because you're dealing with the whole person and the
Hmm.
whole family. So if you are dealing with one family and maybe the marriage may be the cause of the actual family problems, and
Hmm. Hmm.
it's just such a well-rounded entity that you have and that you offer. So it just sounds like a whole lot, and I'm just tired just for you.
Okay. I, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Pray for me. Pray for me.
Yeah.
But Gwen, one thing I really thought about this, about how the enemy wants to take marriage. He
Mhm.
wants to just diminish it to like it's nothing. And
Yes.
what I'm doing a
Hmm.
lot of times with the co-parenting coaching program and classes is a result of a breakup, of separation and divorce. And
Hmm.
so there are so many people who are
Hmm.
in that process. It's sometimes it's mind-boggling to me.
Hmm.
um, and and I just know there's only the grace of God that we can say we've been married 35 years, no goodness of our own, it's
Right.
God. And
Right.
so whenever I'm able, even if I'm working with people who are not believers, I
Hmm.
just find these little ways to interject,
Yeah.
my Christian base, because
Hmm.
it's important. This is what who I am. This is what I do.
Right.
So yeah,
And you have to
yeah.
have some kind of foundation,
Mhm,
to build
mhm,
on. So that's definitely important. So, and I wasn't saying it in a sense of like you're doing too much, but um, I know that it takes a lot of balance. So, how do you balance, your role as the first lady, as the evangelist, as the wife, the mother, and then the entrepreneur? And you work with the what is assistant chair lady of the state evangelism department, and you're the founder of the Women's Excellence and a board member of Family Restoration. How do you balance all of these things and continue to like you said, some mornings be able to get up and still work out because you
mhm,
need to do what
mhm,
you need
mhm.
to do for your body? How do you balance this?
So that's a good question. Thank you for asking. Um, I really try to stay organized.
Mhm.
Um, Many times, and it's a lot to
Mhm.
balance. And many times I have to admit, when I go to bed, my brain is very, very active. I'm
Mhm.
all the way to the like 2 days, in the future
Right.
as to, okay, I scheduled that, but I think that it's so important that I remain, organized. That's how I balance, and that I take time out, because sometimes, my husband and I, we may go to lunch, or I
Right.
may find my way to the shopping center during the day just to take that break,
Yeah,
because if not, I'll have my laptop and I'll work from sun up,
all
I
day.
promise, to late at night. So I have
Absolutely.
to be conscious that
Mhm.
it's okay to take a break. Sometimes, like last Saturday, I didn't do any work. I kind of felt a little guilty, but I was like, girl, you need this. You
Right.
need this. Just
You
pull
deserve
out,
it.
chill. You need this. So that's what I did. And I
Mhm.
enjoyed it. So
That's
yeah, staying organized, being present. If my husband and I are together, I'm present with him. If I'm chilling with my daughter or my son, I am there, with them, and we're enjoying our time. If I'm at church, it's St. Mark, and that's it. So just trying to compartmentalize everything. It's a lot.
right. That's
Hmm.
awesome. Well, I've certainly, enjoyed the conversation, Chavez, and breaks are always good.
Yes,
I
yes,
know that's
yes.
right. And I've enjoyed this conversation, and I believe that you have so much, as I said, to offer, and I look forward to hearing more about what you're doing, especially with the workshops and different things that
Hmm.
you're doing, and even the the trauma informed ministry. We do have so much, and as people in ministry, it is, I think it's vital for us also to be trained how
Hmm.
to, interact with other people, because when people, sometimes we fail people because we're not informed. And
Right,
so,
right.
it's not that we're not trying to be there for them, but if
Hmm.
you don't really know of how to deal with certain situations and circumstances, because it's not always about, oh, let me pray for you. It's not
Right,
always about,
exactly,
let me give you a
exactly.
hug,
Mhm,
but
mhm,
there are
mhm,
other things sometimes that we do need to know about, that will help us to be greater instruments in the kingdom. And so I'm so excited, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about all of these things.
mhm.
So I'm going to ask you, how can anyone who is interested get in touch with you?
Okay.
And I'll pop up your information on the screen for you as well. Make sure I have it right
Yes.
there. You can tell them.
Yeah. So, to get in touch with me, I can give my phone number, and that is 804
Mhm.
238 9553. Again, that's 804 238 9553. And you can certainly find me on my website. My website is www.familylifeenhancement.com. And that's one word. I know it's quite long, but familylifeenhancement.com. You can email me at coaching at familylifeenhancement.com. Um,
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So, well, I was going to ask you, if you had any upcoming forums. So you gave us your special announcement already. So
Yes, I
tell me that
did.
once again. So, and how, or can they just go? I think you guys have a Facebook page. They can probably go
We
there
do.
and
Yes.
follow your Facebook page, and then they
Yes.
can get the information. Is it
Yes.
just Mark?
It's well, we're going to actually post a flyer very soon, but
Mhm.
it's St. Mark Kojic. That's the Facebook page, and yeah, again, that event is awakening the entrepreneur in you, awakening the entrepreneur in you, women preparing to launch. And it's all about a business idea. It can be this small. So,
I
we're
know.
going to take you step by step through a series of workshops from the beginning all the way to your launch. And
And you
that's going to be exciting.
and you
Yeah.
said April the ninth.
April the 9th at 10 o'clock, from 10 to 1. And it's
Oh,
hosted by the Women's Ministry of St. Mark Church of God in Christ. And
awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
one
great.
other One other event that I wanted to share with you.
Mhm.
This is going on currently all the way through the probably the end of March.
Okay.
And what I'm doing is I'm offering for those who may be interested in my parent coaching program. I have two of them. I have my signature parent coaching, which is an 8 weeks program for parents. I help parents by coaching them. Coaching is such a phenomenal concept because not only are adults fully aware of what a coach does, but children are able to grasp that idea and that concept as well. Because what
Mhm.
child doesn't have a coach, or what child doesn't know someone, a peer of theirs who have a coach? So
Mhm.
that's awesome for kids to kind of grasp.
Right.
So in my parent coaching program, I do an 8 weeks full coaching program, and then I have another coaching program for co-parents who are raising their children between two separate homes because
All
of
that.
separation and divorce.
Mhm.
Now, if people are kind of interested in that and they want a taste of what that coaching would feel like and what it involves, I'm offering a complimentary 30-minute coaching program with me. You have the
Mhm.
opportunity to kind of get a feel for what it involves. And if that's something that you're interested in, you may certainly contact me and we can schedule your 30-minute free complimentary coaching session. And
Mhm.
yeah, I would love the opportunity to work with those who are interested in coaching. It's a phenomenal, it's very different than counseling. I'm not a counselor, I'm a coach. And so I coach parents. So again, they can learn how to coach their children. It's a phenomenal program. I use several different like systems to help parents to be able to coach their children. I use evidence based. That's what I really wanted to say, evidence based programs. And we go from a step by step action plan so that we can kind of just put you in that more confident realm of parenting. So
Awesome. And you are a certified coach. So let's make
I
sure that people
am,
understand you are a
yes,
certified coach,
yes.
certified parent coach, certified. Let me go back for those who missed the bio. Received her training from National Center for Biblical Parenting, and you also were certified with the Supreme Court of Virginia and
Yes,
a certified as a parent educator and a certified parent coach. So that's
yes.
great. So and then your history as a social worker,
Mm-hmm,
and you were a
mm-hmm.
certified social worker. So you had all the certifications and licensing needed, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm just gonna let you just do one last thing if you don't mind, and that
Yes,
is to offer, if you can just offer encouragement or prayer to
yeah.
those wives, husbands, mothers, women,
Mm-hmm.
fathers, children, whatever, whoever's listening, or whatever way the Lord leads you,
Yes,
just
yes.
offer that.
So I do want to offer words of encouragement. And in that respect, I want to just kind of remind people that all of our families are different and all of our families are unique. It's just such a awesome task that God has chosen us to be parents. And in this day and time, again, people are faced with so many challenges. It's just important to stay strong and stay encouraged. And if you need help, there's help out there. A lot of times, what I find is that they really do need the help, but they just don't know where to turn. And so that's, I think, one of the main reasons why I do what I do, because I know that um, that there's an importance in what I do, and that is helping parents. When I think about children, children are so precious, and they need the two most important people in the whole wide world, and that is the people that brought them in this world. Those are the parents. That's mommy and daddy. And sometimes mommies and daddies need help. So I just encourage all parents. I encourage you, even if you're having difficulty with your children, to think about the importance of working and continuing to be strong for them. Our children are depending on us. And that's what I share with a lot of parents everywhere I go, and those that I'm working with, that our children need parents, and they need the two most important people. Oftentimes, I share with parents that you are your children's superheroes, and you're doing everything that you can to make it happen every day for your children. You're doing everything. You're probably doing everything but wearing your superhero cape. Huh?
Mhm.
And yeah, and if you're not wearing your cape, no problem. But I promise you, your children are depending on you. And so, again, if you need help, please get in contact with me. I love helping parents. I've met some amazing parents during this course of the time that I've been working, with them, and I believe in what I do, and I feel strong in what you do, and that is parenting. So yeah, yeah, those are my words of encouragement, Gwen.
Awesome, awesome. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing with us on today. It's been a
Yes.
real pleasure having you, and I
Oh, thank you.
look forward to hearing more from you, and
Yes.
even joining you in April. I look forward to it.
Oh, wow.
So
Yes. Yes.
yes, we will look out for the information, and I'll be
Hmm.
sharing that as well when it comes
Great.
out. Okay. All right.
Great.
Well,
Very
thank
good.
you so much, and you have yourself a wonderful day. I look forward to
Thank
speaking with
you.
you again soon. All
Great.
right.
Thank you.
You're
Bye bye.
welcome. Bye bye. All right, well, family and friends, thank you so much for joining us on today. I tell you, I have really enjoyed that time with Lady Dollnita Winston from right here in Richmond, Virginia, but she is tangible to you by way of social media, or should I say, by way of the web. So reach out to her. All those great things that we popped up for you, you can reach out to her. I want to remind you also that please join me over in Miss G's Ladies Lounge. If you're watching me from my Gwen Finley page, please join me over in Miss G's Ladies Lounge because I will probably start doing more just doing my show from over there, and I'll share it to my personal page. But you know how it is, so I would love it if you would join me over in Miss G's Ladies Lounge, going over there and just sign up and just register or subscribe. What do they say? I don't remember right now. My brain is not working anymore right this minute. But over at Miss G's Ladies Lounge, you can subscribe to my page. You can like my page. You can follow my page. And you can get all of the updates over there. I'm also I'm also introducing a new calendar. So, for those of you that are interested in finding out more and working with me, you can go over to my new calendar. It's just New G Praise. You can follow that, find that over there, and let's just get some things started. It's time to get moving, as Lady Winston said. We're going to be doing some great things as we move on throughout 2022. It is a year that is already presented itself as opportunities, especially for women. As you heard her say on today, this is the time of women. I've heard so many people saying that over the last few weeks, and I've heard the apostles say that just on last week. It is the time of the woman. It is the time that we need to really come up, not to try to take over anybody, but just because we have been sitting in the background pushing everybody else. But now it's time for us to come on out and do what we need to do. Some of these great women have been doing it all along, and some of us have been just watching, saying, I wish it was me. But guess what? It's your time. So let's go forth and let's do greater. I also announced on last week that I have a new project that's getting ready to come out. So I'm just going to just give you a soft introduction to it once again. Um, and it's going to be ready for pre-order really soon. I am releasing a new Visionaries Prayer Guide. Visionaries Prayer Guide. Yeah, I got the price on it. It's only going to be $15. Um, but it's going to be well worth it. It's going to be well worth it. It's going to help you as it's helping me to pray through the things that God has put in my life and in my spirit. So just get ready for that pre-order. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. And I said it's now available because I have this ready because I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. So let's get it going. Let's get it going. You might see it before the night is out. Who knows? All right. I love each and every one of you. Have a great night. Meet me back here next Monday. I have an awesome guest coming on next Monday. I have Patricia Dyer Witherspoon. I might say that backwards. Patricia Witherspoon Dyer. She is going to talk to us about the ministry of flags and worship. We're going to talk about the great things of God. And then I want you to make sure that you mark your calendar for the first Monday in March. Now, if you missed the first Sunday in February, you need to just go back and scramble through all of those videos that we have done this month, which was on two, including today. So February the 7th, if you missed that show, you need to go back and catch the Visionaries Roundtable. It was absolutely fabulous. We had 6 fabulous women. And this coming first Monday, we're going to have 6 or 5 more fabulous women. Well, it'll be 6 with me. So yeah, join us, join us, join us. Mark your calendar. Go over to Miss G's Ladies Lounge. I don't want you to miss a thing. All right. And it's going to be so many more great things coming up with Miss G's Ladies Lounge. So thank you so much, Regina. I will let you know. I'm so glad to see you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me over here in the lounge. We have had an exciting evening. You have yourself a wonderful day. And remember, what is it? God loves you, and so do I.